Chapter 10, Bhagavad Gita, a fraction of Krishna's splendor. The Blessed Lord said, "Again, O powerful man, hear from me of the supreme information. Desiring your welfare, I will explain it, O beloved one. The supernatural rulers do not know my origin, nor do the great yogi sages. In all respects, I am the source of the supernatural rulers and the great yogi sages. Of those who use perishable bodies, the one who regards me as birthless and beginningless, and who knows that I am the Almighty God of the world, is the perceptive person. He is freed from all faults. Intelligence, knowledge, sanity, patience, truthfulness, self-control, tranquility, pleasure, existence, non-existence, fear, fearlessness, non-violence, impartiality, contentment, austerity, charity, fame, and infamy are multiple existential conditions which are derived from me alone. The 7 great yogi sages of old, the 4 celibate boys, and also the primal sexually disciplined procreators come from me, being produced mentally. From them, the creatures of this universe evolved. Whosoever experiences in reality this divine glory and extensive mystic discipline of mine becomes harmonized with me by consistent yoga practice. There is no doubt about this. I am the originator of all. From me, everything proceeds. Thinking of me in this way, the intelligent persons who are endowed with meditative ability worship me. Those who think of me, who concentrate the life energy on me, who enlighten one another and speak of me constantly, are content and happy. Of those who are constantly disciplined, who worship with affection, I give the technique by which they draw near to me. In the interest of assisting them, I, who am situated within their beings, cause the ignorance produced by the stupefying influence of material nature to be banished by their clear, realized insight. Arjuna said, "Hail to you who are the supreme reality, the supreme refuge, the supreme reformer, O Lord. You are the eternal divine person, the primal God who is birthless and whose influence spreads everywhere." All the yogi sages, as well as the supernatural yogi sage Narada, Asita Devala, and Vyasa declare this of you, and you yourself state this to me. All that you say to me is true. I believe it, O Keshava. Indeed, it is not possible to understand you, O Bhagavan, Blessed Lord. Neither the supernatural rulers nor their enemies, the descendants of Danu, can know your form. You alone know yourself, O Supreme Person, O Maintainer of the creatures, O Lord of the created beings, O God of gods, O Lord of the universe. Please describe thoroughly your supernatural, wondrous manifestations by which you pervade these worlds and are situated in them. How will I know you, mystic master, O yogi? Is it by constantly meditating? In what aspects of existence are you to be considered by me, O blessed Lord? Explain in more detail about your self-disciplinary methods and the resultant mystic power of your splendorous form, O motivator of the people. There is no final satisfaction for me in hearing your sweet words. The blessed Lord said, "Listen, I will talk to you of the most prominent of my supernatural manifestations, O best of the Kuru clan, for there is no limit to my influence. O sleep regulator, I am the person who is situated in the mystic resting place of all beings. I am responsible for the beginning, middle, and end of all beings. Of the Adityas, I am Vishnu. Of lights, I am represented by the radiant sun. Of the thunderstorms, I am represented by Marichi. Of the stars, I am signified by the moon. Of the Vedas, I am represented by the Sama Veda. Of the supernatural rulers, I am represented as Vashava Indra. Of the senses, I am represented as the mind. In creature forms, I am represented as consciousness. Of the cosmic destroyers, I am represented by the Shankara Shiva. Of the Yakshas and the Rakshas, I am represented as Vitasha Kubera. Of the Vashus, I am represented by Pavaka Agni. Of the mountains, I am represented as Mount Meru. O son of Pritha, know me as being represented by Brihaspati, the chief of the family priests. Of military commanders, I am represented by Skanda. Of the seas, I am symbolized by the ocean. Of the great yogi sages, Brighu is one whom I am represented by. Of the spoken words, I am represented by the one-syllable sound. Of the religiously motivated disciplines, I am represented best by the discipline of uttering prayers. Of stationary objects, I am best represented by the Himalayas. Of all trees, I am best represented by the Ashwata sacred fig tree. Of the supernatural yogi sages, I am represented by Narada. Of the supernatural singers, it is Chitra Ratha. Of the perfected souls, the yogi philosopher Kapila. Of horses, know me as represented by the supernatural horse Yukai Shrava, which was born of the sweet celestial sea. Of the kingly elephants, know me as represented by Airavata, and know me as the king of men. Of weapons, I am compared to the Vajra supernatural thunderbolt. Of cows, I am represented as the supernatural Kamaduak. And in the case of begetting, I am represented by Kandarpa, the god of romance. Of serpents, I am represented by Vasuki. I am represented by Anatta among the supernatural snakes. I am represented by Varuna among the aquatics. Among the piously departed spirits, I am represented by Ariyama. Of the subduers, I am represented by Yama. I am represented by Prahlada among the Titan descendants of Diti, as time of the monitors, as the king of beasts among the animals, as the son of Vintanta among the birds. Among the cleansers, I am best represented by the wind. Of the weapon carriers, I am best represented by Rama. Of the sea monsters, I am represented by the shark. Of the rivers, I am represented by Janu's daughter. Of the creations, I am represented by the formation, continuation, and ending. O Arjuna, of the sciences, I am the knowledge of the Supreme Soul. I am represented by the conclusion of the logicticians. Of letters, I am represented by the letter A. Of word combinations, I am represented by the two-word compound. I am comparable to infinite time. I am represented by Tahata, the four-faced Brahma. I am represented as all-devouring death. I am the foundation of things that are to be produced, and among women, I am represented by Kirti, the goddess of fame, Shri, the goddess of fortune, Vak, the goddess of speech, Smriti, the goddess of recollection, Medha, the goddess of counsel, Dhriti, the goddess of faithfulness, and Kshama, the goddess of patience. Of the Sama Veda chants, the Brihat Sama melody represents me. Of the poetic hymns, I am the Gayatri. Of months, I am best represented by the November-December lunar month. Of the seasons, I am best compared to spring. I am represented as the gambling skill of the swindlers. I am compared to the splendor of the splendid things. I am compared to victory and endeavor. I am the reality of the realistic things. Of the Vrishnis, I am the son of Vasudeva. Of the Pandavas, I am represented by Arjuna. Of the yogi philosophers, I am compared to Vyasa. Of the poets, I am represented by the respected poet, Yushana. Of rulers, I am the authority to punish. For those seeking victory, I may be compared to the means of mortality. Of secrets, I am represented by silence. In wise men, I am represented as knowledge. And O Arjuna, I am the origin of all created beings. There is nothing active or stationary which could exist without my influence. There is no end to my supernatural manifestations, O burner of the enemy forces. This was explained by me as a sampling of my extensive opulence. You should realize that whatever fantastic existence, whatever prosperous or powerful object there is, in any case, it originates from a fraction of my splendor. But Arjuna, what is the value of this extensive information? As the foundation, I support this entire universe with a fraction of myself. What a beautiful chapter. Chapter 10 of the Bhagavad Gita, the Michael Beloved translation. Thanks for listening.